Catherine. I am the Executive Director here at Rebound Child and Youth Services. Very excited to have everyone here. We are here discussing Nightstop. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here because I'm sure you'll hear tons about it over the next little while. But for those who don't know, it is an innovative youth homelessness prevention program that offers an alternative housing solution for youth ages 16 to 24 experiencing homelessness by enlisting community members to volunteer their spare bedrooms as temporary shelters for youth in need. Rebound in Northumberland County is the third community in Canada to offer Nightstop, joining 360 Kids York Region, who actually Tally is here tonight from that organization, as well as Durham Youth Services in Durham Region. Now, without further ado, I want to welcome the Honourable David Piccini, MPP for Northumberland Peterborough South, to say a few words.
Sam? Thank you. Thanks, Sam, and thanks everyone for being here today. It's I always really enjoy coming here to Rebound to acknowledge tonight's not about me or the government, it's about community, this community. And I'm super excited about this fund because, as Sam said, it's only the third in Canada. And often we've heard it, and we talk about it at Rotary, and we talk about it all over our community, how great our community is when we come together. But this is an articulation of that. This is a fine example of us not just coming together, but of Northumberland leading the way when we find community-based solutions in our community. And you know, at its core, why we serve. My mom's really on my case about when she's going to see grandkids. And I'd love to have some grandkids. I'd love to have kids and hopefully grandkids. And it's for our youth. And I think to my why I ran and why I'm proud to grow up in this community, that we're a community that is the best place to live, work, and raise a family. And for youth, we know there are challenges. And it's about, do we have a robust social safety net to really catch youth when they fall or if they trip along their way. And I know from literally falling on the soccer field right next door here to falling with more difficult things that life throws at you growing up. And you got to have a community that's there to support youth. And what I really, really love about the work that Rebound does, they really think outside the box. And that's a testament to the leadership. So thank you, Sam, for your leadership. I know, Peter, Grace, you've been so passionate when I was last here and we spoke about this program. Your leadership and the team who, through their passion, have driven this program. Thank you for stepping up. And Trillium, why we're here, the Trillium grant of over $100,000 to support this startup, is there for our community. I think during the pandemic when we were around the cabinet table just figuring things out, and we launched the Resilient Communities Fund. To the piece I love about it most, and Peter, I thank you for being here, our team who are local leaders in our community that assess these grants. It's the largest granting agency in Canada. That's the way you can make an impact. We don't need another government program. We don't need more, an expansion of it. We can leverage the existing impact that's made through Trillium. So thank you to the Trillium granting agency, to all of our community partners, too many to name. I look around here and see mayor and council colleagues whom I have the privilege of working with. But what I love about this is that you cannot government your way out of every challenge we face. And youth experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness, simply needing a place to stay, this is what you're offering. And it's not a state institution. It is leveraging community leaders. I see educators, I see current and former here who may just want to open their home and say, you know, we're a place for a youth at risk to lay their head for the night. And what I love about that is it leverages community expertise. And honestly, in government, I don't think we always do a good enough job leveraging community leaders. And you don't need to be on the payroll per se, you just may need to volunteer your home for a night and open your doors. And then what are we tapping into? You know, if they're tapping into any one of our places, I won't cherry pick, but I can think of some of you, if you open your home, you're not just a safe space, but then you're leveraging the expertise of that community leader who in and of themselves has their own experiences and things that they can offer. So this is what I love about it. You're thinking outside the box. I really hope, and I know this is going to work, and then I hope our partner the county picks this up. I've already been on that case as a social service provider that we're supporting, and I know they will. If this works, and I know it will, and this is, as you said, the third place in Ontario where we're seeing this, and this is our community coming together. Social service provider, community agencies, and Rebound stepping up. So a big congratulations and a thank you to all of you for making this work for youth in our
Thank you. Up next, we will have Peter Kanokis, Ontario Trillium Foundation volunteer, to speak.
I wish I was as good as David, but I need notes, so I'm going to read my notes here. Thank you for inviting MVP Piccini and I to meet with you. As a volunteer for Ontario Trillium Foundation's local grant review team, I appreciate the chance to hear from you directly about the work you're doing with your OTF grant. As you know, OTF is an agency of the Government of Ontario and has become one of the leading grant-making organizations in Canada. Last year, thanks to the funds we received from the Ontario government, over 730 grants were awarded to nonprofit organizations that are working hard to make a difference in their communities across the province. And since 1982, OTF has been focused on helping the nonprofit sector build healthier, more vibrant communities, and helping young people find a safe space to sleep goes a long way towards achieving that. The Nightstop program is very familiar to OTF. Back in 2018, the foundation awarded over $700,000 to 360 kids in the York region so that it could expand this vital program that was providing young people with a safe place to sleep. Then last year, another grant was awarded to Durham Youth Services to initiate the Youth Homelessness Prevention Program in Durham region. And today, taking note of the meaningful difference that Rebound will be making in the lives of young people in Northumberland County, thanks to the $100,000 seed grant you received last fall to initiate the program here. Funds from the grant helping you with some key staffing, program, and administration costs involved with Nightstop. This is an innovative program that offers alternative housing solutions for youth between 16 and 24 years of age who are experiencing homelessness by enlisting local residents to volunteer their spare bedrooms as temporary shelters for youth in need. Thank you to the dedicated team here at Rebound Child and Youth Services for your efforts to help young people in our community, and I will look forward to sharing what I've learned today with my fellow OTF members.
Thank you, Peter. Now I'd like to invite His Worship Mayor Lucas Cleveland to speak.
Thank you. What you won't know is that I have learned after 2 years of following Mr. Piccini, it's always better to get someone in between the two of us. So thank you very much, Peter, for being that person. I used the joke this morning, so I apologize, Mr. Piccini, that you have to hear it again, but I always find it awkward at these events because I like being the operator. I like being in the operations and doing the work. And as mayor, oftentimes you find yourself to be a bit of a blister in that you show up after all the work is done. And so I would find it at this organization, which I've used myself for my child, I'm incredibly proud to be here to support this organization and to say thank you on behalf of Cobourg, both to Trillium and to your organization for what you've done. I can't think of a better, more ingenious way to celebrate the ingenuity of Cobourg and of the organizations that work within Cobourg. We are constantly finding ways to do more with less in this community, and here we are again looking to find a stopgap solution in between where it's being missed. So thank you for that, and thank you for allowing me to be here. I'd like to say thanks also to my fellow colleagues, Deputy Mayor Nicole Beattie and Councillor Randy Barber. Good evening. It's an honor to stand here with you today as we celebrate an important step forward for our youth in this community, the announcement of generous funding from the Ontario Trillium Foundation to support the Nightstop program at Rebound. This funding is an investment in the safety, in the dignity, and in the future of young people here in Cobourg and across Northumberland County. Thank you to the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Rebound will now be able to expand and strengthen this incredible program. It's going to keep our youth off the streets. And on that note, I'd also like to say thank you to both Port Hope Police and of course Cobourg Police for being here today on this announcement. as this is part and parcel of a community response to protect our youth. It's a unique and a compassionate approach that reflects the kind of community we all aspire to be. One that doesn't turn a blind eye to vulnerable youth, but instead opens doors, both literally and figuratively. To the team at Rebound, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to our young people. Peter, it's been 2 years you've been in my ear about this, and I'm so happy to see it finally come to fruition for you. To the work you do, each and every one of you, it is life-changing for our community members. And now, thanks to this OTF grant, your support can reach even further in our community. To the Ontario Trillium Foundation, on behalf of the town of Cobourg, thank you. Your continued investment into our local community-driven solutions is not only vital, but today's example is a perfect example of how you support all of us to build stronger, healthier, and more connected communities and services. To the residents of Cobourg that are here today, this is a moment of extreme pride. It's a reminder that when we all work together, when we support organizations like Rebound, and when funders like OTF believe in your mission, we can create a town where every young person feels safe, seen, and super supported. Thank you for letting me be here and say thank you on behalf of the town of Cobourg and council, but most importantly, I'd like to mention that every year in Cobourg, we have a great opportunity known as the Civics Award. This organization is run with staff and volunteers. And oftentimes it's those volunteers who don't necessarily want the limelight. It's a step forward. But I always say that Cobourg is always and will always be the most generous community in Northumberland. And that doesn't happen without people that are like in this room. And so make sure next year in 2025, when you know of the volunteers who are dedicated, who are giving their time, that you're stepping forward to nominate them, so that as a community we can celebrate the kind of work that goes on here through both the staff and those volunteers. Thank you so much for having us today.